Hi friends, it's time for a game room tour update video. It's been over a year since my last game room tour, and a lot of little changes all added up to a pretty substantial amount of changes. So let's jump right into it, and let's take a look around the game room. We'll start off with the console wall, and I'll talk about things that haven't changed and some things that have changed. So we've still got our 3D printed shadow boxed signs for logos for the three major consoles. We don't have an Xbox One yet, maybe someday. Nothing really changed here for the first four Nintendo consoles. We do have a change panning to the right with PlayStation. So PS1's up here now. Instead of a PlayStation 2 Slim, we've got an original fat PS2 here. And then nothing really changed over on these four shelves. Same four Sega consoles as last time. But if we look below that, I did add a new shelf. On this new shelf, we've got a Nintendo Wii. That is the Anniversary Edition. We've got a 2DS. That's my analog Super NT. I use that for playing on the big screen in HD. Then we still have our Super Slim PS3, and then that's where my PS2 Slim went. And I am now in the Xbox gang. I have my first Xbox. That is an Xbox One X, and that's actually the Gold Rush Edition, which I believe is a Battlefield Edition. So that nice shelf was added there. I am working to get a stand, the official OEM stand for the Super Slim, so I can have a little bit more space there, add some more stuff. I do have this guy now in a frame, if you remember seeing this guy before. I've got him in a frame now. It was actually only a few bucks at Walmart, but I finally framed it. I just got to find a place to put it. So let's pan to the left. We still have our gun rack. Nothing changed there. Going to the bookshelf, we do have some pretty decent changes. So on the top, you can see there's more stuff on top than the bookshelf is actually wide enough for. That's because I added a board. So what I did is I painted a board black and set it on there. It's not actually screwed or anything, but it's a heavy board. It stays where it needs to be. So that gives me more space to display stuff on top. Last time I had fewer games, so that kind of works out better now with how that is displayed. Above here, we've got some assorted DS, 3DS, Japanese games as well, with some Game Boy Advance games mixed in there. Down here, we've filled out our GameCube shelf. We've filled out a Wii shelf. Perfect. Now all my Wii U stuff is on the bottom. And I did get this acrylic holder for CDs that works perfect for, of course, these style. This is all my Dreamcast games plus some Japanese Sega Saturn games. And of course, I still got my US-based Saturn games here. And then straggling on the left here, we've got some Japanese Super Nintendo games, and then I have my analog pocket in there. Not sure where I want to display that yet. Looking at the other games on this side of the game display, nothing really changed here. We still got PS2, PS3, NES up here. Some minor things changed as far as what games are displayed. We got some Game Boy Advance games here. Bunch of different Genesis stuff in N64. Various game display changes here with some Game Boy Advance, NES, Super Nintendo, N64. Major change here though, this is the shelf where I used to have all my handhelds, which now is all of my Switch games. My Switch games before were down here below, and we'll get there in a second. But we have all my Switch games there. Still trying to figure out what I want to do with games overflow. I don't really want to make a bigger shelf, but that might be what I have to do. Here's all my Xbox games. This is where my Switch games used to be. And then I have some overflow here with PS3, PS4, PS2. Lesser known games there, if you will. All the good stuff is, of course, up here. And then this is where my handhelds went. So now I have a separate shelf here to the left, which has my handhelds on it. And of course you see Yoshi's around because I love Yoshi. And then here we've got a display for Game Boy games. This is actually an acrylic display used for something like nail polish, but it works perfect for Game Boy games. Some overflow here, my DS games and 3DS games over here. Japanese Super Game Boy 2, another Yoshi. Underneath here works out great because that's where my RetroTink 5X is and my HDMI splitter, and I can keep my remotes under here too. Nothing really changed here. We still got Wii U, Switch, PS4 all hooked up and ready to go. Stream setup wise, some changes. I got rid of the little monitor and replaced it with matching monitors. The TV is now wall mounted. That used to be over here, if you remember. My lighting setup changed, so I've got Elgato key lights now. My camera changed. I've got an Elgato camera now. But other than that, nothing really major except for the PC is new. Going over here to additional displays. I had less boxed games last time. I've kind of evened it out so I have, excuse me, one of every console. So you can see I've got good displays here. Some newer releases of retro consoles there. And again, some more 3DS games just hanging out. We've got different arcade sticks. The original NES one. This is an 8BitDo one. And yeah, just some overflow here, cables down here. But I'll pan around. That is the new setup. Feel free to go back and check out the original one from about a year ago, so you can see the differences between then and now. I'll give you a last glance around the room here. Checking things out. New chair as well. But thanks for watching. Feel free to check out some more of my videos. Check me out on Twitch. Follow me on Twitter, all that kind of fun stuff. And thanks for watching.